Allie Corcoran with MCFit Incorporated. I'm going to be your instructor today to guide you through a series of breath work. I truly believe the importance of breathing properly is a key component to your success when you're moving. Doing such things as running, strength training, Pilates, yoga, walking, whatever it may be. I want to walk you through how to do diaphragmatic breathing, and you will see that most of my videos, workout-wise, incorporate this type of breath work. It's a way for you to help build that core foundation and really help you build that pelvic floor strength. So I'm here today to talk you through how to do the proper breathing to help you incorporate your entire core unit, your transverse abdominals, those lower abdominals, all the way up to your rectus abdominals, the upper part of your abdominals. And naturally, many women postpartum have lost all that strength in their lower transverse abdominals, and their pelvic floor has become weak because of the changes that you had throughout your pregnancies, whether it's one child, 2, 3, 4, however many kids you had. And it doesn't really necessarily matter how old or young your children are, you're still dealing with that, weak pelvic floor and weak lower transverse abdominal area. So breath work can be key to your success in building that strength back up. So we're gonna start today with just working on diaphragmatic breathing, which is just breathing properly into your rib cage, into your chest, into the upper part of your back, into your belly. And we'll go from there and add a little ball or a Pilates ball. I have my boys ball as well. Another option, nothing that you have to go out and buy, but if you have a little children's ball that's able to be squeezed at home, that will do the trick as well. So our first breathing exercise is just working on learning what diaphragmatic breathing is all about. So you're gonna take your left hand on your rib cage and your right hand at your midline, right at your belly button. And we wanna work on seeing the movement in the ribs, 360 degrees out. And then feeling the movement in the belly, but also breathing slightly into your chest and into your back. And we're gonna start that with a big inhale breath through our nose, okay? We wanna fill up that rib cage and everything by inhaling big through your nose. You'll listen here as I inhale nose. I pause after I've inhaled and I turn on and engage my pelvic floor and find those Kegel muscles that everyone talks about, turn those on. And then from there, I wanna exhale big through my mouth, a big. And what you're gonna notice is that your rib cage is going down and your transverse abdominals are going in and then up. So they're going down and in and up. So they're all working together. And a lot of times we don't get that when we're breathing in and out of our nose. Try a couple of those breaths with your hand on your midline and your one hand on your rib cage. Just breathe in and out of your nose and see the difference. I don't notice much movement in my chest, rib cage, belly, or anything into my back. And then try it with your mouth, in and out of your mouth. Very little expansion of my ribs, a little bit more in my belly, not much into my chest, and not nearly enough into my back, okay? So those are three different ways people breathe. We wanna get you to the way of breathing in through your nose and then out through your mouth. Okay, so let's go again and work on that diaphragmatic breath. You wanna find nice, good posture. These two little bones in your butt, they're your sits bones. Find those little bones in your butt, anchor them into a chair. Your ribs line up to your hips, shoulders, ribs, hips are all in alignment. You're in that nice, tall, seated position with your feet on the ground, your ankles directly below your knees. Let's go through a couple diaphragmatic breaths together. You're gonna inhale big through your nose again. Pause before you exhale. You want to kind of pull in those lower abs a little bit, turn them on, and your Kegel muscles, and then exhale big, out through your mouth. Now we're not blowing out a birthday candle like a, because that's not the way to breathe, because you're not getting able to get that breath down deep into that pelvic floor area, which is what we're trying to accomplish. And when we inhale, we want to make sure we've released our pelvic floor, so we're not tense and tightening up all over as we're breathing, because that isn't going to feel good, and you're going to start to feel some strains in your back, things that don't work, right? So we're going to inhale again through our nose. Are going to notice that our ribs should expand out 360 degrees. Turn on my pelvic floor, pull in my abs just a little bit, and then exhale, I draw my lower abs in, my ribs go down, and everything's pulled in. And I'm not clenching my butt cheeks, squeezing and activating there. And then I release my pelvic floor again. So release everything in your kegels, in your pelvis area. Inhale through your nose. Fill up that rib cage, fill up a little breath into your chest, into your upper back, into your belly here. Stop, pause for a second. Turn on those lower abs a little bit by drawing them in slightly and engaging those Kegel muscles. Exhale big through your mouth and ribs go down, belly comes in and up. Shoulders are not up, wearing them as earrings, right? So those Kegel muscles are an important part of your progress, because those are how you can really activate getting deep into that those lower transverse abdominals as well. So imagine if you're going to the bathroom, how to know if you're turning on your Kegel muscles is you should be able to pause and stop your urine. Your Kegel muscles are the ones that are going to help stop the urine. So a little test is, to go out to the bathroom, and when you go to the bathroom, try to stop the flow of your urine and see if you can start it again and then stop it again and start it again. That's another little way to know if you're activating and working the right way with your Kegel muscles, okay? So now we're gonna add a ball into the mix and continue on with our breath work. You're gonna place that ball that's able to be squeezed right between your knees. And if you're sitting on a chair or a bench like myself, you're gonna just hold on to that bench, not gripping it nice and tight, but keeping that nice postural alignment, shoulders to hips. Ribs are down, and we're gonna work on the release of the pelvic floor and then the engaging of the pelvic floor, okay? And then pulling those abdominals in. Same type of breath, it's that diaphragmatic breathing, so you can put one hand on your rib cage, one hand at your midline, and then the ball is not doing anything here for the inhale breath. So as you inhale, you have no squeeze of that ball, it's just resting between your knees. So you're gonna inhale big into your chest, into your rib cage, into your belly, into your upper part of your back. And then before you exhale, you squeeze the ball slightly, drawing those abdominals in, and exhale. We're gonna also feel some activation in those adductors, those inner thighs, and that's another part of strengthening the pelvic floor, the inner thighs, the glutes. All these are huge part of your progress in building up that core foundation. Let's do it 3 more times. I'm just gonna work on letting you hear me breathe properly. So we're gonna take that inhale, release ball. Fill up that rib cage, fill up that chest, upper back, and belly. Now before I exhale, I squeeze my ball, drawing in those abdominals, ribs go down. And I've got that full activation from my rectus down to my transverse abdominals, which is an area that many women don't know how to activate postpartum, no matter when you've had that child. Okay, let's do 2 more. Inhale big, release ball, fill up that rib cage, expand those ribs out 360 degrees. Pause. Turn on those lower transverse abs by a little draw in of the belly button. Squeeze the ball. Exhale big as I squeeze. And I just feel my belly pulling in away from my shirt. Okay, one more time. Shoulders are relaxed. Pause my breath. Draw my abdominals slightly in. Squeeze. ribs are going down, and lower transverse or abs are coming in and up. It's like you're pulling on your tight pair of pants for the first time, and you have to pull your belly in just slightly to get the pants on, the tight pants on for the first time. One last breath. We're gonna inhale big, fill up that rib cage. Notice that my belly's expanding, my chest is breathing into my chest and the upper part of my back. And then exhale, draw those abdominals in. Squeeze my ball, and we hold. Now we're gonna just work on some little activation in the inner thighs, the adductors. So you're gonna release the ball, inhale. Exhale, draw the abdominals in, squeeze that ball and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale again, release pelvic floor, release those Kegel muscles. Inhale. Exhale, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2 more times. Inhale big, through your nose. Exhale, squeeze ball, draw the abdominals in and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, last one. Filling everything up in that rib cage. You notice that they're moving. And then exhale. I hope you learned a little bit about breath work. I talk all about breath work and the proper way to breathe while working with weight training, my Pilates classes, my HIIT cardio classes. If you like what you see today, please subscribe to my page below. And I also have a 7-day free trial of all my workouts that's incorporating breath work into each one of my workouts, no matter what the workout is itself. It could be a strength class, it could be a cardio strength class, or a Pilates class. You're always gonna notice that I'm talking through breath work because I feel like it's a great way to strengthen your foundation and really work on connecting the rectus, the ones that we grip and work the most, to the transverse abdominis, and that is all focused around breathing. Thanks for coming.